So it's the same old story with the monarchy and how they lead the people that they conquer. Canada wasn't conquered, I don't think. But their conquering mentality is still with them. They chopped your head off before, burned you alive before if you disagreed with monarchy and church. They killed those native children, murdered them. And nobody's saying a fucking word about that. Everybody's going, Black Lives this, faggot that. Let the fags infect the children. Or you're going to get your children taken away. And nobody's saying anything about the fucking native children. Woke the fuck up, in other words. I'm not really sure what you need here. Anyway, it's the same old mentality. Conquer, divide and conquer. Before they did that violently. Now they do it emotionally by setting things up like this fag thing. Like the fag sexualized children. That started with that gay bar shooting. And that then got exploited and into our schools. Like, what the fuck happened? The monarchy happened. The government happened. The government is the arm, the right hand of the monarchy. They carry through everything that they're ordered to, including killing those native children. They hate native children. The Queen, way back when, and her fucking goof fucking pedophile, criminal fucking drug dealing prince, went to one of the reservations in Canada, took all the smart native children, and they never gave them back. They didn't retain. They said, "Come, children, let's go on a picnic." And they were led to their deaths. Billy was the last surviving witness of that. And he gave his testimony already. We don't need court for that. And there's another thing. Hey, if it's not decided in court, it isn't it. Like, come on, man. The court is more pedophilic than fucking pedophiles are. Making people believe that if you get addicted to their drug dealers' psychoactive substance, they have the right to punish you for becoming addicted. And then you get drunk or you get high, you do things. That's a disease. Because you would not fucking do it if it wasn't a fucking disease. If you were normal, I mean. Like if you weren't addicted. But because you become addicted, you do things. And that's punishable. Which is bullshit. They're just the muscling element for the fucking drug dealer. Cops, judges, and jailer. Jesus Christ. Mayor, everybody, anybody who works for the government is at fault of hurting, harming the children in our community. You know what? I see posters all the time or billboard signs. How do I protect my kids from the drugs that get passed around? That's your first fucking mistake, kindergarten. You're protecting your own children and saying fuck the rest. That's how you got into this situation. It's not protect all children at all times. So help me God. It's not like that. Sacrifice children at all times. That's what you've been programmed to do emotionally. Shit. Programmed to do emotionally by these fucking spiritual pedophiles who are actually the emotional dismantling of your human will to truth, connected to truth in your heart. That is who you are. That knowledge that brings you, the knowledge of yourself also fills you with the Father's Pleroma's energy that meets the emotional need. It's not other people. That's what I mean. They don't teach that. They wanted you to believe that you're going to get punished if you make a mistake. This way they can control the junkie addicted to alcohol, cigarettes, everything. Weed now. Like, before they justified it and you believed it. But now that they're weed dealers, the muscling element for the weed dealer, you can't justify for them because that's what you do. You justify it for them and then re-elect them. It's all one big game. Do you think if a Canadian citizen said, I'm going to run for prime minister and we're not doing it the monarchy's way, we're going to do it our way, which eliminates most of the laws, most of them, because that new Canadian government would not be a fucking drug dealer or someone who sacrifices children or promotes it and teaches it. Well, Jesus, I'm just going to go goodbye. So knowledge of self through the emotional truth fills the person with the pluralness, fullness element, meeting the need of the emotional response itself. They do that by themselves, and nobody else is needed for that. Internally, when you're the balanced, determined self after realignment. The opposite of that, and evil's way of doing that is through hunger and desire. The desire not only first to take a thin sliver of that truth and say that's the totality of truth, ignoring the other truth where other people get hurt indirectly from that, and you just get off on the instant gratification. It's not fullness, but it feels like not fullness. You're just distracted from your emptiness. That's why human desire is used by evil to manipulate the person.